Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Joseph R. Wheeler III for another episode of The Business, brought to you by the Honest Con Foundation. And I'm your host, the artist, founder, and president of the Honest Con Foundation, Joseph R. Wheeler III. So, I started this thing off wearing my mask for a reason. Because I want you to know, if you're going to set and you don't like wearing masks, pick another career. Because Hollywood is masked up. Hey man, you all right? Oh, me? Oh no, it's okay. It's just my sinuses, you know. See, it be folk like that. When I'm on set, I got no problem wearing a mask. But I will say, being vaccinated, it kind of gets old. You feel like, oh dang, can I take this thing off? You gotta, if you're anything like me, you gotta have a certain one, not to have it get hot on your face and stuff like that. So here's what happens, people. Here's what the whole current vibe of it all. The mandates they put down, which I'm sure are always changing. SAG is probably always sending new rules. SAG is probably always sending new rules as to what is required on set and what you have to do, what you can and cannot do. If you are not eating or drinking, you're supposed to have your mask on. That's general set etiquette. If you are not filming for the show, TV, movie, whatever, you're supposed to have your mask on. So you'll be like this most of the day. On some sets, you'll find if you're outside, they don't mind if you're doing one of these until somebody comes up to you, sir, you're not eating or drinking. Could you please put your mask on? And they have somebody who actually does that. That's their job. They're kind of like a PA, and they just run up to all the background and ask you to put your mask back on. The best of them are, I guess they pick people who are really soft-spoken. I've noticed I haven't run into one person yet that was really crazy about it. They were real nice. And I think that's the way you gotta be. In general, it's for the best. But, if you're drinking like this, they don't care. If you're eating, if you're having a conversation with friends that you've met in background, or you already know, hey, it's okay, do your thing. But just be eating something. Keep something in your hand, keep something snacking. And just a rule of thumb, always ask the people you're with, just kind of bring it up in casual conversation. Hey, are you vaccinated? For however you feel about that. I am, you're not, whatever. Let's talk, let's break it down. See who's, read the room, see who's around you. And make your own personal decision on it. Me personally, once I find out that most of the people in my circle are vaccinated, I'm usually kind of cool. If I find out somebody's not, I don't just jump up and run away per se. But I'm not going to be all close to you, or if you're the type of person who talks like this, you know what I mean? I'm not going to be all up. I'm not going, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. No, we wasn't doing this before COVID. Let me make that clear. I'm a Virgo, y'all. I'm a germaphobe by nature. I was born a germaphobe. You think no, not me. Not me. No. So, it's a different environment now. You have, at most sets, you have plexiglass set up on each of the tables. They have these little partitions they make for like cubicle type stations. Sometimes they're cardboard and plexiglass. Sometimes they're plastic and whatever they're made out of. But they're partitions for you to not be directly in front of somebody talking. Now, they don't put them everywhere. There must be a number they have to have, so they have them in mostly eating areas. Wherever you're going to break for lunch, they're going to have it. And then typically, and lunch, by the way, we'll have a whole talk about that, but lunch can be any time based on when you came in. If your call time was 6 a.m. in the morning, if it was 6 p.m. in the evening, if you've been there 6 p.m. in the evening till 6 hours later, lunch is at 12 o'clock at night. Yeah, that's how it works on set, for real. It's very odd, you get used to it, and then they have what they call, if it's 6 hours even later, if you're doing an overnighter or something that's going into the night, they call it a snack. And your snack could be like just what it says, like a small, it won't be as many options, but you'll have a couple of options, and that's what you're gonna eat, and it'll be something warm to eat, typically warm food. Sometimes it can be sandwiches and stuff. It just, as long as they feed you, they're supposed to be doing it by the SAG rules, which, can get sticky for people's dietary issues. Like I said, we're going to do a whole episode about eating. That's a whole nother thing. But, yeah. So, if you're anti-masker and you don't like using hand sanitizer and things of that nature, and I mean, you know, you're super suspicious of every single thing that's going on right now in society. I mean, you got your right, you know what I mean? But just understand, this ain't the best place for you. Just, you know, everything's stacked against you. You do better somewhere else. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You're just gonna give yourself stress, you know what I mean? You know, if you sitting around with your diodes around you and, you know, foil on your head and you're worried about the 5G signals and you know, you don't believe in masking and you don't believe in any of the vaccine science and you don't believe in, it's just not the place. Because I'm telling you what, like, you know, I mean, you know, what am I talking about? You wouldn't even be listening. You wouldn't even be listening to this, right? Because you don't even have a cell phone, right? Because you're off the grid. Of course, if you are one of those folks, for real, hardcore, you're off the grid. You know, you don't even exist in the same reality as the rest of us in this matrix. You know, you're not within the matrix at all. It's impossible. You could not have a cell phone, right? Not you. Okay. Anyway, check this out, y'all. You go to set, like I said, everybody's gonna be masked up. Here's the weird thing too. I got this mask on set. They gave me this. It's a nice mask. It's like, you know, it's, what is this? 68% cotton, 30% propylene. Oh, polypropylene, 2% polyester. It's machine washable, tumble dry low, the whole nine. You know how it goes. Made in the USA. And, you know, it's a nice, pretty decent mask. I got 2 of these actually for free on set just because of what? I came to set with my personal mask. And it was nothing wrong with my mask, pretty similar build and everything. But they told me, no, sir, do you mind wearing one of ours? Production wants you to. Every production has a mask they like. Now, the first time I worked in 2021, I get to set and they gave me what they call that thing? The N95. Yeah, that one. Yeah. And I was like, wow, okay. I never even had one before. I was like, okay, pretty comfortable. I like how they come out. And it was one of the ones that, you know, it comes off your face and does the little, you know, so you got plenty of breathing space. I like that. That was kind of cool, actually. And I thought, all right, I can get used to this. If I gotta wear a mask most of the day, I think I can make it through with this. Then I get to my next set. I had some more of those left over, and I wear that thinking, yeah, I'm good. And they said, sir, we don't wear the N such as. I was like, but you don't? Wow, yeah, could you please wear it? And they gave me a whole another type. I think it was just the basic little thin surgical mask ones, the blue and white ones that everybody knows, you know? Or they could be gray or whatever, you know, different colors, black, solid black, whatever. I said, okay, so this is gonna be interesting. Like every production has their specific mask they like. So don't be surprised when you get to set and you've got what you consider the state of the art, whatever. Somebody comes up to you and politely says, sir, do you mind wearing this one? We asked that everybody wear. Now here's the other thing that's gonna get on your nerves. You're gonna realize this, right? You're gonna look around at crew. And it's gonna be a set where they say everybody's supposed to be wearing the N95, and you're gonna see some crew grip guy standing right next to you like this, smoking a cigarette or something outside, you know, messing your lungs up and stuff. I hate cigarettes. Oh my gosh. Whew, I need to do a whole nother episode. Well, I got so many good episodes for y'all. The crisis of freaking cigarette disease on set. You can get so sick from being around the amount of, it's like everybody in crew smokes. They're all smokers, like at least 90% of them. It's pathetic. I always say it, when I open a studio someday or work directly, partner with a studio and create something, I'm gonna be the place you work if you wanna quit, because you are not gonna be able to smoke on my set, period. You nasty drama. I can't stand it, y'all. I can't stand it. But anyway, you know, you'll see some crew people right next to you, and this ain't the mask that they supposedly wear on set, but they'll be wearing theirs, and ain't nobody, and they're part of the crew. This is the higher paid, you know, sound, light, etc. people, and no one's saying nothing to them. But for background, they're gonna trip on you. Don't even trip. Just take the little mask, put it on. They're gonna give it to you fresh. You're gonna see them usually take it out of some plastic, and ain't nobody gonna give you no used mask. Now, if you ever see something like that, report the hell out of it and leave. I don't know. Just don't go get played. But I've never seen it. I'm not saying what's impossible, because there's some weird stuff happens in these environments. But mostly people got that much sense. Ain't nobody giving you no mask that's not been tampered with a bunch. Now, they may be something they took out of a box and partitioned each one into its own little Ziploc bag, and they're gonna give you one in a Ziploc. Don't feel no kind of way about it. I've actually watched people putting them in the bags and everything, and they got a mask on while they're doing it and all that. So yeah, that's typical. This is common culture of most sets. Most. Disclaimer. Anything can happen. I'm just telling you what I've been through. Right, all right. But guess what? If you need some plastic containers for your food, some little cheap Tupperware, oh yeah. Start doing background. Art first. You already heard what I had to say about that. It ain't about going and just getting food and little freebies. But I will say, you will come up on that. Like, I have so many doggone containers right now because unlike most people who just don't care and just throw everything away, huge landfills getting turned into mountains and mountain ranges every day all around us. If there's anything I don't have to throw away, I'm not tossing it if I can recycle it. So on Crafty, and sometimes at Crafty for the snacks, and also especially for when you get your lunch, which is catering. Catering and Crafty are different. Crafty is snacks, quick little small meals, and they're typically two different companies on a set. Sometimes it can be the same, but most times it's two different companies that do that for the production. And then when you go to your catering, that's your actual meal. You know, it's like a buffet and they have whatever they got out there for you. Now, because of COVID, they all have it partitioned with a plastic all the way down in front of the cooks, and everybody's wearing masks, so you know you're yelling and we all sounding crazy. She's like, yes sir, let me get that right there. What did you say? You want what? And then you gotta hold yourself because everybody's acting all rude and fast and stuff. Now some of these folks just are straight up damn rude, okay? Y'all better chill out, for real. This has got to stop. Man, people have survived 2020. Do you think anyone, you're gonna mess around and get the wrong one. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all. People are good-hearted. A lot of folks who do this work, don't mess around and mess with the wrong person on the wrong day. They're not gonna care that you think you tough. They're not gonna care, okay? You're gonna end up with your face on that grill. I'm just saying, did I say that? I'm just saying, it's a thought. I'm not saying I would do it. I'm just saying I've imagined some really bad things happening on sets when people are acting rude to somebody. I've seen a grown man barking at a young lady who's like 20-something years old in the line trying to tell her that she must have cut the line. Like, we're all standing there, a bunch of grown men behind her. We all was like, wait a minute, no, she's in line, she's fine. He's like, you next, you cut the line, what are you here? I was like, who are you yelling at, man? This young lady just tried to get something to eat. If you don't give her what she wants. Oh, some crazy stuff. Shout out to my homie, you know who you are. Craziness. But stuff got to get put in check because people get a little weird, right? But so you got all these hothead, macho type energies going on. Talking to other grown folk like you crazy. You out your mind? Oh my gosh. So that's an issue. But they'll be barking through their little mask. And you know, sometimes they're not really mad. They're just, you know, sir, what you need next? And you're like, what? I said, well, sir, what do you need? And no pun intended. I'm doing accents because a lot of the crew folk in that aspect tend to be Latinos from out west. Shout out to all my Mexican brothers and sisters. I got plenty of good Mexican friends. But I'm saying when y'all got them heavy accents and then you add a mask too, oh my God, that's recipe for some real interesting conversations with some folk who ain't never had no Mexican friends or family or whatnot like I do. And maybe, you know, it's like somebody said, okay, sir, what do you need? What do you need next? Who's next in line? And you're like, say what? I said, sir, who you want? You want the egg? You want omelet? You want the middle of it? What'd you say? He said, do you want an omelet or you want the scramble? Omelet or scramble? Let me get them scrambled. Scramble it is, yeah. You gotta work through these things, right? Okay, so get ready for that. It's all part of the game right now. It is what it is, right? Now, the other thing, if you get your mask technique and etiquette down, you do one of these, you learn the pinch method for any conversation. As long as it's in front of you, they don't care if you're doing this. They can hear you, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir, I would like a scrambled egg, a little bit of feta cheese. Let me get the spinach. Let me get the mushrooms. Let me get those red onions. Thank you, sir. Wait a minute, hold on, sir. What type of oil are y'all cooking with? Canola oil. What, sir? Canola oil. Did he say canola? You said canola oil? Oh, never mind. Cancel the whole order. I don't need that garbage. That's a whole nother conversation. But yo, you know, it's, yeah. You got to do the work, y'all. It all becomes work, right? It becomes a task to just order your food. It's amazing. Oh, wow. So you're going to get these containers Typically. I'm not saying what I'm saying will be the exact situation you'll encounter if you ever do this, because it can all change. It can all be so different in a heartbeat, right? But typically, they got these little plastic Tupperware with the lid, tight seal. I mean, oh my gosh, perfect. So when you finish your meal, you rinse that out. You got one for home all day. The other thing is they typically will give you a bag because you're carrying a lot more stuff now. You know, they used to give you the 3-sectional styrofoam joints, or the real nice ones that were like made out of paper that's recyclable, that breaks down in the landfill. I used to like that they would at least take the effort to spend that money. These folk got the millions and billions. There's no excuse. I have no sympathy for Hollywood cutting corners on money. Even in a pandemic, y'all are some of the wealthiest companies in the world. Spend the money, do it right, or don't do it at all, period, right? So I will commend y'all for having these plastic containers, but I will not commend the culture that says, yeah, you know, just throw them away. So at the end of the meal, I'll look at the trash cans. They're filled with these black and white Tupperware containers with these clear lids, and I'm just like, this is enough for somebody to put all their stuff in if they need a few little cheap Tupperwares to use at least for a year before you toss it, you know, before one of them get cracked or something, or you didn't wash it right in your washing machine. You know what I mean? This stuff is good stuff is my point. Yo, like, people can go to the dollar store and buy ones not even as good as the ones we're getting on set. I promise you, this stuff is crazy. Social distancing. The first thing that's going to pop in your mind, if you're thinking in normal terms, and if you've done this before, or if you've never done it before, but you're just imagining, okay, so how do we do a scene if we can't be near each other, but we're acting? We got to play a role. We got to be people in society or alien worlds or whatever we're doing, right? Your mask will be off every time they say rolling, rolling, rolling. So here are the calls. You got, it's like quiet all around, shut everybody up on set, hold the work. That's telling the crew people stop doing stuff if they're doing stuff, setting something up for another scene nearby and it's making noise in the area where we're going to be shooting on the studio or on location. It could be either or a mix of both in the same day. I've done it all. Then they'll get into all the other calls. They'll be like, you know, the camera checks, you know, a camera. You got the slate device that, you know, you click, the little thing that moves like this. Yeah, it's got the name of the scene and everything on it. They put that in front of the camera. A camera, boom. If there's a second camera, B camera, boom. If there's a third camera, C camera. Typically, it's only two. Sometimes it can be, you can have a room full of cameras, right? Then they'll be like, when we're rolling, they'll say rolling. Rolling means the cameras are going, even during this part, before he says action, before the director says action. Then he'll say background before he says action. See, this is why you got to respect background. We are called before anybody else. We start the scene. So if anything's not right with background, cut. What does background do? You know what I mean? So you got to be on your job, y'all. And they got to respect you to get it right, because we are so important to the scene. I don't care what they say. I don't care how they treat you. I promise you, you matter. Background matters. Real talk. All day in this film biz. So, be rolling, quiet all around, and background, and action. Okay. There's a few other things I could add to that, but that's the basics on any set. So once it gets going, everybody's already got their mask off. Once they set rolling, that's when you take off your mask. Typically, they don't even say it anymore. They say it a few times. Mask off, please, but then they got to say it these days because people forget, and there'll be somebody walking around with their mask on in the scene in a movie that doesn't require that. I haven't done one movie yet since I came back, one show that was in COVID times. It's like they're acting like it didn't happen. That's interesting to me, but that's what they're doing. Even if it's a modern show now. I'm not talking about something that's a period piece or anything. Sometimes in the now, let's just act like it didn't even happen. You know what I mean? Nobody's got a mask on. So they'll do that. They will do that. All right. So, you know, and then you're shooting and you're thinking to yourself, wow, why are we able to talk this close to each other? Like, you know, you got your instructions. The background PA will tell you what he's being told by the director. The director's going to tell the second director, the assistant director, and it could be 3 or 4 of those. You got the assistant director, the second, the second, third. It goes down a list of different grades and levels. And so once it gets to them, they tell you specifically what to do, and that's what you're going to go off of. You're going to go off of that, and then you're going to do exactly what you were told. I need you to walk from this end of the street to that end of the street. Just look at the birds while you're walking by. You know, you play your role, right? Or I need you to talk with, or pair you up with somebody. I need you to talk to him, act like y'all talking about the game last night. Pantomime, which means you never speak. You just, That's pantomime, not this. Yeah, man, did you look at the game last night? It was, man, I tell you, Johnson was doing it, boy. He was bringing it, wasn't he? Yes, he was. No, cut. Who's talking? Background, someone is talking in background. And if they got to do it a few more times, you're going to get one of these. Okay. You're going to look around. What the guy standing over there talking to your other friends in the background? Oh, dang, I guess they wrapped him. You're gone. You're gone. It's going to happen so quick, it's going to be like ninjas came and got you out of nowhere. Where'd she go? Where'd he go? Gone. You're wrapped. Yeah, they might still pay you for your little day because they don't want to hear your mouth talking about, you gonna pay me my money? Yeah, whatever, man. I don't care about your little money. But you gone. And you'll mess around and get on a list where you'll never work it for that production again. They're like, oh, that's that guy. That's that. No, don't ever bring him back. Ever. Don't let it be you. So these are just some of the basics, right? Now, the other thing is, as soon as they say cut, they may not say it immediately, and you may notice the crew and cast and everybody still walking around with their mask off and stuff, but eventually you'll start to slowly see the mask coming back on or whatever, or you'll notice the one guy who's smoking that cigarette outside never puts his on. Don't let him be your example for why I ought to be able to do what I want to. Don't play that game. Hey, do what you got to do, man. Sisters, ladies, gentlemen, everybody. Okay. Let's get it over with. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Next scene, next take. Let's go. Let's get this work. All right? Think about what you're there for and get it done. The testing. When you go for your test, you're going to get tested for everything. If you're going to a wardrobe check, you're going to get tested before you go to that. If you're going to, sometimes, like I say, you get 2 tests in a row. You know, sometimes you'll get 2 tests in a row, and then when you get there in the morning, they'll test you again with a rapid test. You know, they're very strict on some of these tests, and I like it because it gives by the time they say mask off, rolling, I feel a little more comfortable if me and this beautiful young lady I just met on set have to play like, okay, act like you're on a date, this is your girlfriend, you haven't taken her out in years, she's so happy you finally got your act together, you know, the PA telling you your instructions, like, all right, I got that, cool. And y'all like this close to each other, hooping it up. Girl, you crazy. Oh, wow. I'm so glad I took you out. You're just looking so beautiful today. You know, of course, you're pantomime, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You do your thing, right? You do your thing. Some of y'all was reading my lips. Naughty. Anyway. But that's what you do. That's what you do. You get in the zone, you get in the moment, you got to do it. And you don't want to be thinking about, damn, I can see this girl's tonsils. Like, oh my gosh, I hope she ain't got nothing, man. 'Cause we real close. I hope I ain't got nothing on, you know, asymptomatic of it. You worrying about all that, you can't work. So at least when you know, man, hell, we all went through. Here's how you know this about it. You will not get a call back with your instructions to go to set after you get your COVID test unless you pass. If you ever had any issue, they're gonna let you know. They're gonna call you and be like, whoa. Something's wrong here. Now, that has never happened to me except for once, and it wasn't because I was positive. It was because I went for a COVID test. And here's another thing. Always do this. When you go for a COVID test, it can come back indecisive. What does that mean? It means they didn't have enough material, mucus, to get a result. It happened to me. And I panicked. I was like, wait a minute now. Doggone it, don't play with me. I am vaccinated. I ain't got no doggone. He was like, sir, Mr. Will, it's okay. I mean, I ain't do all that. But I was like, wait a minute now. Whoa. She's like, it's okay, Mr. Willie. I'm not saying somebody from the department for that called me directly. Said, you're fine. We're just going to schedule you another test. They do pay you for it. Always ask, though, if you're ever wondering. I'm getting paid. Yeah, okay. Going for another test right before you go to set. No worries. And before the day was over, I got my results. You're good. Negative. You ain't got nothing. You're good, Mr. Willie. All right. But here's what you want to do. Because I thought back about that, and I said, I remember when the girl was doing it. The nurse was going up there with the little thing. And it didn't feel like she was going nowhere. I mean, I don't want to be too graphic, but it's like, she was only this far in. You got to go up about there, depending on your nose structure. Everybody's different. I'm just saying, you got to get up in there a little bit. And she had the little comfortable, nice little, I call them pipe cleaners. This little super tiny thing look like a pipe cleaner. It's real soft and they're usually white. And they just drizzle it. I mean, it may make you tickle your nose up to the point you might want to sneeze. I don't know. Some people say, I never sneeze during a COVID test. Nothing. I just do your thing. Thank you. All right, bye-bye. That's it. no biggie at all. I've never had the experience of somebody making me feel like they was reaching for brain cells and come back with blood on the thing. Nothing that's gonna end up in a lawsuit. Knock on everything. Don't play with me. But, and I've even had sometimes with the big Q-tip, and still, I mean, I was uncomfortable a little bit just to see that thing. Like, wait a minute, we about to use that today? What's wrong with y'all? What's your budget? Why ain't y'all got the little tiny thing? But it was all right. It worked out. It was all right. But what I'm saying is, do one of these, or get something down there before you go. I know that's just, you think, dang, this is real graphic. It's real, y'all. This is what's gonna keep you from being held up on other mess, having to retest and all that other goofiness. Just, that makes all the difference in the world from when they get that thing there and you're good. They got something on it. And if you know you should be good, you will be good. You'll be just fine. All right? But you want to know that when you get on set with all these people, you're thinking to yourself, they all had to go through what I had to go through now. The one job, and be real with you, that I still be concerned about is crew. Because I don't know how they test them. But with crew folk, I don't know how they testing them and everything. So every time I'm around them more so, I'm more concerned. I'm not as much concerned about my background folk unless somebody started going around me. Then yeah, I'm still like, man, okay, let me go see what's going on in Crafty and come up out of this hole. And I got to go somewhere. Oh yeah, I'll be back. I hope that helps somebody. Stay working. Follow your heart. Go for your dreams. You're only here for this go around one time. We can have multiple lives, but this is it this time. Go get it. Let's go.